Merry Christmas Eve. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Was on the phone there. I've got to get on a plane to cross the country. Article is up. It is on George Kittle. 6 catches, 120 yards, 4 touchdowns over the past 2 weeks, and would have been 5, but Brock Purdy threw it a little bit behind him. Still, you got to like the guts from Kyle Shanahan to go for it on that 4th and 3 to seal the game, and then you have to love the catch from George Kittle, who, by the way, told me that he's faster than he was as a rookie. And as a rookie, this guy at 250 pounds ran a 4.540. Thinks he'd run about a 4.45 right now because he's turned some of that baby fat as a rookie into lean muscle. He's lighter on his feet now. He's healthy. And I think you saw in that second touchdown, George Kittle just bolted out of a cannon. Juwan Jennings, awesome block coming across the formation. But then nobody's catching George Kittle when he gets a full head of steam. He is a superstar. That play was emblematic of the star power the 49ers had today in the 37-20 win over the Commanders. You saw Washington stack the box repeatedly. They're putting eight up in the box. They're really trying to fire the gaps against the 49ers run game, and the 49ers responded by just sending too many guys to cover, too many speedsters down the field, and that includes their 250-pounder, George Kittle. The first touchdown was theft. I called George Kittle the Grinch who stole Ray McLeod's touchdown. Deep post to McLeod. Kittle was supposed to run a crosser. Shanahan on Thursday said, George, you need to run the crosser. That's going to open up the post. But Washington's defense was so out of position. Kittle saw open space and he said, I'm going to improvise. I'm going to run toward the open space. Ended up at the same spot as McLeod, stole his touchdown. And McLeod said, hey man, you stole my touchdown. But it's all good because touchdown's a touchdown. And the 49ers are a good team. They've won 8 straight games. They're 11-4. They're on their way to the postseason. They didn't make up any ground on the number 2 seed today, but they did gain a game on the number 1 seed since Philly lost. Still a long shot, but I do think that Minnesota has at least one more loss in them. The 49ers just need to keep winning. Defense today, Bosa's got 17.5 sacks. Defensive Player of the Year probably sealed today. He wants to get Aldon Smith's record, 19.5 sacks. That's the franchise record for a single season. And listen to this. If Nick Bosa gets 2 sacks next week against the Raiders, he will have 44 career sacks in 50 career games. Aldon Smith had 44 sacks for the 49ers in 50 games. I told that to Nick Bosa on the way out today, and he was like, oh boy, pressure's on next week against the Raiders to pick up 2 sacks. That would be really cool for him to match Aldon Smith's total. So this is the walkout of Levi's. I've got to catch the flight. So hopefully the elevator ride works. Say bye to the stadium here on Christmas Eve. By that I mean hopefully the Wi-Fi continues to work on the elevator as I walk down. If not, stay with me because the elevator ride's only going to be a couple seconds long. What are we going to talk about? Brock Purdy. Everybody keeps on talking about the poise and the presence that Brock Purdy has. And you know what George Kittle told me? He said that Washington's defenders were complimenting Brock Purdy today. They're like, that guy's a rookie? That guy is so poised. He's so in control. They're asking George about Purdy's rookie status on the field because they were so impressed with how well he was delivering today. So to me, that was special to me. Because once the teammates are going to be complimentary about their fellow teammates, that's just the way that things work. But when the opponents, when they start saying stuff like that, that's when you know you got a guy. And I think the 49ers have a guy in Brock Purdy. He made some really nice throws today, including the one to George Kittle that he stole from Ray McLeod. And he's managing the offense the way that you have to manage this offense. So this is the elevator. Hopefully you don't lose me. There we go. Go down to 2. Fingers crossed. I probably will lose you. Elevators are notorious for bad reception. The elevator operator gets to watch the game on TV, which is really nice. Almost there. I'm afraid to talk right now because maybe the reception's working. I'm getting good. I made it out. I didn't lose you guys. That's good to know for future walks out of Levi's Stadium. Now, hopefully the gate's still open because I do have to get to the airport Yeah, it looks good over there. So the 49ers defense, Washington, we knew they were going to be a run-heavy football team. And Nick Bosa said that he really respects Ron Rivera and Washington because they stuck with the run game. They kept on trying to establish it, but the 49ers shut them down. 33 carries for Washington, I think only 77 yards on the football game. It's like 2.4 yards per carry. So this was, vintage 49ers defense, one of the better run defense that we've seen in recent years in the NFL. And that sets up the pass rush. Now, the pass rush isn't as good as it was in 2019. Bosa's better, but they don't have D Ford. They don't have DeForest Buckner. It's a little bit more of a struggle with the pass rush. So they're a little bit more coverage dependent. And today, Charvarius Ward was nauseated, so he went out for a couple series. And especially over that time, Washington and Heineke, they were really attacking the 49ers downfield. And Charvarius Ward sucked it up, and he went back out there. Charvarius Ward said, hey, my team needs me. They're targeting Samuel Womack. They're targeting Diamador Lenore. I'm a top corner. I need to be out there. 1 second, guys. Gotta head on out of the stadium. Is this gate open? Awesome. Thanks. Thank you. I'm so late that got locked in.
Hang on, we'll get you out.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. No, I was just doing my video.
Oh.
Thanks, guys.
Hang on, we'll get you out.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, so we're back, waiting for the gate to open here at Levi's. I am literally locked in. They are. As soon as they radio in, one of these gates will open. There we go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, take care. Yeah. Yeah, next year. That's right. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Take care. Yeah, thank you. I'm out of Levi's. I made it. It's a close call. Looked like I was going to get locked in that time, but thankfully to the security crew, they were still here. I got a flight to catch. I can't spend the night. So, 49ers secondary, a little bit loose today, right? You saw Taylor Heineke make some big plays, and then Carson Wentz in garbage time made some big plays. That's going to be key for the 49ers moving forward, is tightening up the screws a bit on the back end with their secondary. You're only as good as your worst cornerback. And when Charvarius Ward is not in the game, that defense and, that leakiness increases a significant amount. So the coverage has got to fuel the rush. I thought there were some holes in the 49ers defense today. But again, if they stop the run, which they did again, and that was a really tough-minded, running-oriented Washington team, if they stop the run the way that they did today, they're going to be fine. They're going to control tempo, right? Washington might have owned time of possession, but did you ever feel that they were significantly threatening the 49ers? I don't think so. So that's complementary football. If you've got a weakness, if a game presents a weakness like this one did because of some of the dynamics, you have to make up for it on the other phases of the game. And the 49ers definitely did that with their offense today. And, with the defense too showed up. Nick Bosa and the strip sack, and Jordan Willis was everywhere today for the 49ers. It was it was a good all-around performance for this football team. Now, gotta find where the car is. It's over here. Next week, Raiders. They just lost a tough one to... Yeah, I think I froze because I must be losing the Wi-Fi from the stadium. I got to sign off here anyway because see Levi's behind me and I'm just walking to the car. But speaking of next week, the Raiders just lost a tough one to Pittsburgh. They could put up points on a good day, but their defense, man, especially in crunch time, hasn't been good this year. So 49ers are going to be favored again. They've got to beat the Raiders, they've got to beat the Cardinals, and they need the Vikings to lose at least once. And that means the 49ers will have netted the number 2 seed. So that's what's in front of the 49ers right now. NFL best 8-game winning streak. The defense continues to play well. It wasn't perfect today, but there's a reason why this is a team sport. The 49ers showed the requisite balance to get the job done, and they remain one of the primary favorites for the Super Bowl. And that's all that matters. That's all that you try to do when you're playing a team that you're better than. And the 49ers won this game by 17 points. And there's never a reason to complain in the NFL when you win by 17 points. 49ers 37, Commanders 20. Today we saw the 49ers talent overwhelm the opposition. They've got a lot of those guys roaming the open field. Shout out to Juwan Jennings. What a block he had on the George Kittle touchdown and on the Brandon Ayuk big play. That guy is just a wrecking ball in the open field. He had, the interception was his fault, clanged off of Juwan Jennings, but he more than made up for it in the open field. And the 49ers just have dogs up and down the roster. Ray McLeod. Maybe I should mention that although he had a touchdown stolen from him by George Kittle, he also bolted to a 71-yard touchdown of his own. And he's playing that Deebo Samuel position. So Deebo Samuel, when he comes back, and it might be next week, that's going to be thunder and lightning with Ray McLeod. Every single week you look up and it seems that the 49ers have added another weapon, and that's what a great team does. By the way, Javon Kinlaw was talking about how the defense was whooping ass. Javon Kinlaw, 15-snap pitch count. Remember the goal line stand at the start of the game? That was all Javon Kinlaw. How good was it for the 49ers to see that kind of push against, I think it was right guard from Kinlaw, just blew up that running play. That was awesome. So Kinlaw goes up to Kyle Shanahan and tries to convince him to keep him in the game, but Shanahan said no. The 49ers are trying to be wise with this. They're trying to keep him on that pitch count so that he's fresh for the playoffs. They're going to gradually build Kinlaw's workload into the postseason. So as soon as that happens, as soon as the 49ers get to the playoffs, if they can keep this kind of health leveled out and get Javon Kinlaw back into the mix, I think they're only going to get better week by week. And they've already won an NFL best 8 in a row. All right, I've got to head to the airport. Everybody, thanks for joining. Maybe join me from the airport. Maybe we'll do a late night Christmas Eve live from SFO. Always stay on your toes. Everybody take care. 49ers 37, Washington 20. Thanks for watching and Merry Christmas.